So one of the biggest hang-ups in a relationship is actually this right here, your phone. But I mean, I believe it, but many people may not believe it.
Right. So today we're going to talk about why it's time to stop phubbing people. And Dr. Viviana Coles, our intimacy expert from Houston Relationship Therapy, is here to help. A lot of people probably haven't heard this term, so let's just start with what is phubbing?
Well, first of all, I am guilty, super guilty of this. My husband called me out on it again last night. We live on our phones now, and sometimes we can be in a relationship with our phones and start to phub and snub our partners. And I think that it's so important for us to be more conscious of that. And I'm listening to this segment just like y'all are. When I was researching, I said, okay, I need to,
there's your
I need to do this from too much phone use.
Yes.
To do this just as much as everyone else, let's get into it. Because technology can be a killer for relationships.
Sure.
So how can it impact relationships?
Well, the issue is that when you have your attention on something other than the person you're spending quality time with, trying to talk to, who's trying to get your attention. And again, this could be an adult, this could be a child, whoever. It can feel like you're not really connecting. So it's a missed opportunity, and those can happen several times a day.
And it's not just if you're on the phone in bed, it could be even in in the kitchen or wherever, right? I mean, it's just you're just on your phone too much when you should be focused on the partner. So what do we do instead? What are some ways to get around this?
Yeah, I would say be a lot more mindful of having some phone-free times. Just like we might limit screen time after dark or for our kids, do the same thing with your phone. Create either phone-free zones or hours, and really try to stick to them. And maybe you need your Alexa device to time it for you and tell you. Use whatever technology it is to make this happen.
Yeah, I've dated a girl in the past who actually, we would go out on dates and she would say, okay, hand me your phone and I'm going to show you where I'm putting our phones at. She would put it in her purse and it would just be like, we're having dinner on our own, no phones, and that's it. And it seems like some stuff, stuff like that can be very intentional.
It can, and I mean, if you have something that you really need to be mindful of, then put your phone on Do Not Disturb and check it every 10, 20 minutes or so, but let your partner know that that's what's happening. That way they understand you're going through something, but you're trying, which means a lot.
Yeah, a lot of times parents have rules for the kids, but they're not the ones setting the example. And I am guilty of that too, where I just feel like sometimes my attention is more focused on email or whatever it is.
Well, speaking of which, you can set your phone to where Do Not Disturb, there's focus times and all these algorithms that can help you get to a place where you are being more conscious of it and have your device actually help you to stay off of it. And then, of course, the other thing you can do is make sure that you are trying to plan things where a phone doesn't make sense to have in your hands. You know, you're not playing pickleball with your, you're not, and even in a movie. Don't be that person who's on the phone the whole time, and making sure that that's the case all the time. I am going to try better. I'm going to try harder, honey. I promise.
All right, there you go.
All of you too.
All right, well, we'll all try to do it together.
We can do it.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Viviana.
All right, coming up next, our meteorologist Allison Gargaro shares some tips about protecting your home.